welcome back to Consumer Labs. Listen, we're going to talk about this Meta Quest 3. Yes, we're going to talk about this Meta Quest 3. Now, I know, I'm not going to go over the specs because I'm certain you heard them already. I'm pretty sure. And on that, we went over that in my last video. So you can check those out, leave a comment below, and subscribe. With that being said, I went over the HoloLens, and I compared it to some other head devices I have. Because I got quite a few of them. I got the HTC Vive. You know, I kind of stack up on the Meta Quest 2. And they're out there. But you know what? It gives me a better perspective on how they are and, get the feel of them. But here's the thing. I want to point this out. And this is something that's very important to understand about these virtual reality headsets, these AR/VR headsets. There's something to be said about them. And here's the thing. We'll just tell you where I'm going to go with this. Because we all understand that Apple is coming out with their headset, right? They come out with their Vision Pro system. They come out with their own, VR, AR type / headset, right? And we got to understand that for us consumers to actually buy these headsets, they got to serve a purpose. They got to serve some type of purpose, whether that is I want to play games, whether that is I want to watch movies, whatever it may be, they got to serve a daggone purpose. It's gotta. If it doesn't serve a purpose, then what in the world am I buying it for? I mean, just think about that. So I say to myself, listen, what is this headset going to do for me? Well, when I got the HoloLens, by the way, this is very expensive. It comes out to about $3,500, right? Got the HoloLens from Microsoft. I was thinking to myself, I'm not planning to just get something that's $3,500 to play video games. Like, that to me makes no sense at all. So I said, what I'm going to get for it? Well, I wanted to review the technology, because why? It was new. It was innovating. It was different. And I was like, you know what? I'm a guy who I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just want to play with it. No, I want to understand the technology and seeing it, I could merge that technology with the things I do for my business. You know what I'm saying? Here at, Solomon Labs, which is the parent company of Consumer Lab, we like to build, test things, and, sell things, upgrade, things of that nature. But with that being said, that's why I got the HoloLens. We wanted to see how we could interact with that. Could it help us with our business? Because, we do 3D, we design 3D objects. Well, when we say design 3D objects, I mean things that will improve people's lives, such as we're working on things that will potentially protect you from knives, bullets, military equipment, to make it simple. But I digress. But the point I'm getting at here is that there have to be a purpose for me purchasing that. Well, where do the Meta Quest 3 come in? Well, first of all, this here is a terrific device. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's a terrific device. And listen, I ain't getting paid not a dime. I paid my $400 for this. By the way, this is the 128 gigabyte version. It's got got all the features that we mentioned before in my previous videos. You can check those out. Leave a comment below and subscribe. By the way, if the audio do not sound well, please forgive me. Right now, I'm printing up some stuff for a client, and we're doing some design changes. So we got our 3D printers running right now. And by the way, it's late at night, so I gotta get this project out the way. So we designing, some stuff for people that are handicapped, various different type of devices. But we'll get into that in another episode. But anyway, like I was saying before, so it's a great device. It's great. Why? Because what purpose does it serve me? You can't spend money, no matter if it's $400, $500, $600, or $20,000 on the consumer device if it's not going to serve you a purpose. Well, this here serves a great purpose. What's the purpose for $400? Let's say $500. Well, the purpose is I can play games. I like it. The visuals are great, right? So I can play games with it. It's got a great, oh man, let me tell you something. I have to say this. Man, this thing takes you into a new environment and it makes you feel and make you feel relaxed. It really does. I mean, you have to, some things you gotta kind of see for yourself in order to believe it. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe this. But let me tell you something. Don't let other people tell you about these VR, AR headsets until you use it yourself. Then you're going to really say, oh wow, I see the potential of that device. And this got a lot of potential. Now, with that being said, another factor is comfortability. Let me tell you something. If you don't feel comfortable in wearing something like this, you're not going to use it. I don't care if it's Apple, Sony makes the headset. I don't care if it's $200, $100. If it's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it. And you need to factor that in before you buy these devices. So what did I do? Well, what I do for you guys, so you don't have to go out there and spend money. If you did spend money, well, it's okay. But for those who haven't, and for those who have, let me just tell you what I see when I'm wearing it. Well, first of all, I did everything with this headset. I literally laid on my couch with the headset. I want to see if I could lay back. If like think about it, I got these VR headsets. Do I want to sit up in my chair like this all day? No, I want to be able to lay back in the cut, lay on the couch, sit in my chair, and I showed you my previous videos that with this device, you can eat, you can drink with this device, you can do a lot of things wearing this device. And guess what? You can lay down on your bed with this device on. I done it. I can lay down on my nice couch, put a little pillow behind my head. Yes, you're gonna have to elevate your head with a little pillow because of the back here. But I will say though, is that this is the original strap for it. And this strap is okay, but it's not that comfortable, at least in my opinion, right? And you're gonna find out, when you buy the Meta Quest 3, you're gonna find out that this strap here is just kind of flimsy in a little bit, and it's not comfortable. This strap here though, which I paid separately, I paid about $79 for it. This strap here, oh man, this is magic. I'll tell you, this is great. It's fantastic because this have way better support. And let me just show you why that is. Maybe you can see it, but right here, see how this back is? It cuffs the back of your head very well, very well. Now, if you got a big head, right? If your head's like really huge in size, like maybe 5 to 10 foot, something. You got a huge head, right? It might not work as well, but for those of you who have average size head, normal size head, this is perfect. It literally cuffs the back of your head like a baseball, like a mitten to a baseball, I should say. Very, very well. So that's what brings comfortability. Also, it's got this strap on top. Now, why am I bringing all this up? Because let me just say something. If you go and spend the $3,500 on the Vision Pro next year from Apple, right? Apple got their own AR, just in case you didn't hear about it, they got their own AR, VR headset, and it's coming out next year. It's going to cost $3,500. It's made of metal and glass. I want to say one thing about the durability of that. When you hear glass, oh my gosh, you better get a warranty. You better get some type of protection for that headset. Because if it cracks, you don't want to sit there and spend $3,500 on a headset and then you accidentally drop it, it cracks, and now what do you do? Horrible situation. Well, with this device, it's way more sturdier. I'm telling you now, for about $500, it's way sturdy. As you can see, this evenness in the front is not really glass. I tested a little bit. Yes, I'm sorry, it is glass. It's glass. However, it's sturdy, and you can see that there's certain like the plastic here. It lifts up slightly, by maybe a millimeter or something like that. So even if you drop it, it's not gonna exactly crack. Cause let me just word it this way: the percentage or the chance of it cracking is not as high as with Apple's product, the Vision Pro. Why? Because the whole front is just glass, right? So that's a good thing. So this here is definitely going to be more durable in that sense. Is have less electronics. So where am I going with all this? I'm talking about less electronics, more durable, comfortability. Where am I going with this? Well, this is where I'm going with it. If you're going to spend $3,500, like I said previously, it's got to feel good. It's got to feel comfortable. I should be able to put this on or Apple product on my head, and I should be able to, feel comfortable with it. Now, as you probably heard, if you didn't hear, I'm going to tell you right now, that device weighs 1 pound. This part here weighs 1 pound. Not the Meta Quest 3, by the way. Meta Quest 3 is about 600 something grams, something like that. So it's not exactly 1 pound. I mean, it's about, it's a couple of ounces. It's less than, put it this way, it's less than a pound, and which is way lighter. Definitely gonna be lighter than a pound on wearing an Apple product. Definitely gonna be that. So the comfortability is there. Like I showed you before, I can eat, drink, sleep, lay down with this headset, which brings us to the point that it's great for that. We're about the operation of it. So we settled, well, it's comfortable, good enough to wear for the 2 hours, by the way. Battery life is only 2 hours. Apple product, guess what? It's only 2 hours. And we're gonna talk about that battery life. You know what, let's talk about the battery life right now. The battery life, I'm telling you now, guys, the battery life is also an issue, right? First is comfortability. Because like I said, if it don't feel comfortable, you're not gonna wear it. The second thing is how long it lasts. Well, durability, right? I mentioned durability. That's also. The third thing is battery life. Now, battery life for these things is 2 hours, and it's squeezing in 2 hours, to be honest with you. You watching movies, you playing games, stuff like that, it might not even give you 2 hours, right? But for $500, I could deal with 2 hours. But how about buying an Apple Vision Pro for $3,500? Can you deal with spending over $3,000 for a headset and you only can use it 2 hours at a time? And let me tell you, that 2 hours ain't gonna be 2 hours. Because if you're interacting with the device, and probably the more you interact with the device and utilize the device, it's gonna probably consume a lot more energy. You gotta remember, the Vision Pro is equipped with an M2 processor and an R1 chip as well for all the sensors, all the data this guy collect. So I doubt it's gonna even do 2 hours. But with that being said, let's take them for their word. 2 hours is not enough time to really do anything productive. Think about it. You got this device, right? The headset for Apple is only 2 hours. Let me ask you something. If you're on your job, or you at home doing some papers, some research, watching movies, whatever it may be, do you think is 2 hours enough for you? No, it's not. Some movies last more than 2 hours. And not only that, after I watch the movie, now let's say the movie's only 2 hours. So that means after I watch that movie for 2 hours, I gotta take the headset off, put it away, recharge it. The charge is not like instant, right? I gotta charge for how long? A couple of hours, maybe? Even if I have fast charging, right? I mean, it's still disrupting my pattern of conducting my work that I need, or watching a movie for that matter. It's crazy, right? Now, here's the thing. You have to say to yourself, at least I said to myself, $3,500, right? Another thing I want for $3,500 compared to the Meta Quest 3, by the way, once again, Meta Quest 3, is this device good for productivity, so-so, right? Because I will say the pass-through, by the way, I know some of you guys keep hearing pass-through. What that just means is that I can literally put these on and I can see everything around me in color. Now, the pass-through on the Meta Quest 3, I'm going to be honest with you. This is where honesty comes in. And I'm not going to sell you something that doesn't make no sense. Because personally, I'm not really selling you, like, go ahead and buy it. I don't work for them. But I mean, like, give you an idea that this thing is perfect. And it's not. The pass-through depends, the clarity depends on the amount of light. I'm telling you right now, it's a fact. It's not my opinion. If you have a lot of light, it's gonna look great. It still may be a little fuzzy, but it's gonna look way better. The less light you have, the more it starts to look grainy. I'm talking about the past. If I'm looking at something outside of what's being shown, it's gonna look grainy. If I'm looking at everything in VR, it looks sharp. Everything looks very sharp. It looks really good. It looks good, right? Even if I bring up, let's say, a web browser and with the Meta Quest, wherever I'm reading text on that screen, looks very sharp. But if I look outside of that, it starts to look grainy. So I'm just being honest with you. Outside of that, right, is, like I said before, everything else works very well. The hand gesture is amazing. So I'm laying down. Let me give an example. I'm laying down, I'm resting on my couch, and I just start, I'm like, do I need a controller? Nah, I don't need a controller. Controller for what? So I take the controller, I put it down, and I just start using my hands. And it can literally, it's great. I mean, I'm stuttering because it is really good. It's good. It's way better than the Quest 2. If you want to know, should you upgrade? Let me answer that question real quick. Of course, upgrade. It's way better. It's just much better than the Quest 2. So with that being said, the last thing I want to get at is that you gotta understand that this headset, it's a great headset. It really is. The Meta Quest 3, by the way, once again, is 128 gigabytes. It's fully loaded. The games are good. It's got lots and lots of games. The only thing I would say is that they need to add more applications, like productivity applications, things that you can actually do work with, like, you know, like word processing, documentations, stuff like that with it. I think they need to add more stuff like that. And that's probably going to come, because you got to keep in mind this headset only been out, what, 2 months now? Barely 2 months. So it just came out. So that's understandable. But as time progresses, I'm pretty sure now that the technology is better than this, they're going to probably come out more, of course. But with that being said, last thing I want to say is the Vision Pro from Apple, right? That's their newest headset. It's coming out, the first headset that they making. I would say for $3,500, and I said this before in other videos, that headset better not just it better give me more than just the capability to watch a movie, because I can do that with the Meta Quest 3, right? If I'm just going to watch movies and play basic games, guess what? I'm going to use the Meta Quest 3 for that. I don't need the Vision Pro for that, because I already got systems to do that, right? The Meta Quest 3 games are good. They're very good, right? I don't see why I would need that for, right? If I'm going to just surf the web and I want to use, the headset to do it, I don't need Vision Pro for that either. I can do that again with the Meta Quest 3. You getting what I'm getting at? If you plan to buy the Vision Pro for just to do basic stuff like play games, watch videos, watch movies, just basic simple stuff, then I'm gonna tell you it's not worth the money. I'm just being flat out blank. I'm not here to get money like some of these other guys that try to get money from Apple or get exclusive interviews and all that type of stuff. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just being real with you, right? If you're gonna do basic stuff and you're not gonna take that headset to another level, like you're doing animation and heavy graphics and stuff like that, then you just need the Meta Quest. You just need a Meta Quest, or not, even if you don't get the Meta Quest, get something similar that doesn't cost as much. You get my point? Because it's not worth spending $3,500 just for that. And keep in mind, if you wear glasses, you have to also get inserts. So I gotta get insert. I gotta spend $3,500 first of all. Then I gotta spend money to get inserts. I mean, you can see the price adding up, and then you gotta remember it's made of what? Glass. The whole front face is glass. You break that, that's $3,500 down the drain, unless you get some type of coverage, insurance coverage on it, because that's what you're gonna need, which is gonna cost you more money. So as you can see, it's not just initially buying the product. Now it becomes an investment in this product. And if you want to invest in a product, in a headset from Apple that costs $3,500, it's got to do more. And this is the most crucial point. It's got to do more than just play games. It's got to. And the only thing that Apple's offering with this headset is their own apps for it. Think about it. Did you just hear what I just said? It's going to have an app store. Now, I don't know about you, but $3,500 to play apps? I don't think so. If I'm going to pay $3,500, I want to have it operate like a laptop. I want it to work like a laptop. I want to be able to search the web and do productivity stuff like word processing, database, data entry, really, stuff, animation, graphic design, the whole enchilada, and bacon and cheese. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So, with that being said, this is Consumer Labs. You know what? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Subscribe. You know what? And we'll be back for another one. Until next time, we'll talk.